Greetings to all platforms now. Rumble, D-Live, Vaughn, and YouTube. Let me pop up my YouTube chat and we'll be good to go. Here we are. All right. Hello, hello, hello. There we go. Don't know if I have anything tagged since I left you guys yesterday. Let's see. Oh, perhaps a bit. Not that we played this, so let's check this out. Cash Patel says the pipe bomber is cooperating and talking. Interviewed him at length, but they can't divulge anything. Well, I mean, yeah, case is ongoing. For those of you who missed it, I attended the initial hearing, or at least the very tail end of it. I don't know what the deal was. Like, I was under the impression that the hearing was for 1:30 p.m. in the afternoon, but it was like already basically finishing as I was walking in. So I don't know if they went early or what. I'm definitely going to be showing up way early for the next one. I had to take the metro, and unfortunately it's been having all kinds of weird delays lately. Like, they had to shut down one side of the track for part of the run, and it slows everything down. I didn't get in until like right at 1:30. Thought I was gonna be fine, but no. Anyway, it's not like I really missed much. They basically just set the next date, which will be in less than 10 days. It'll be the 15th. Allegedly at the same time. I think it's supposed to be 1:30 again. So I will definitely be going to that one too. Family was there. They were shouting like, "We love you, Brian. We love you, baby." I think there's footage of them walking out of the courthouse. Let me track that down. Let's see. They did not take questions at all. Oh, come on.
Mr. Sherman, do you have anything to say? We're going to have a meeting. I have to report. I don't have a phone.
Do you have any statement for Wendell TV, sir?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Right, the dad in their business, the bail bond service for illegal immigrants. What a scummy operation, by the way, I have to say. Preying upon the poorest of the poor, I think, in many cases. Just what a nice guy. Is represented by Ben Crump. Ben frickin' Crump, the race hustler and BLM lawyer wackadoo. Really sketchy connection. MSNBC, I think it was. I forget who was claiming that like, I guess allegedly the guy is saying that he did what he did due to election concerns or something. Is that right? At least that's what they're claiming. Let's see. Pipe bomb suspect told the FBI that he believed 2020 election conspiracy theories. Now that could mean a few different things. depending on, well, all kinds of stuff. Assuming it's even true, which I don't know that we know yet. In fact, I'm almost certain we don't know it, because I don't think that the federal officials are going to be letting anything slip about this until it comes out in court. Reportedly told the FBI he believed the 2020 election was rigged and conspiracy theories. As to where this info is coming from, your guess is as good as mine. I don't know. We get any media reporting these assholes making the claim on air? Let's see if we can find it here.
The feds announcing yesterday they cracked the case after years of no progress. They credit a reinvigorated investigation under President Trump for helping to capture 30-year-old Brian Cole Jr.
Fox News is reporting it, so I don't know. Maybe this is maybe something to it.
Of Virginia.
But right off the bat, it doesn't make sense because his purchases predate the election. Like, by, in some cases, a lot. Like 6 months or more, I think, in the cases of some items. Possibly even back into like 2019, if I remember right.
Yeah.
We'll have to take a look at the affidavit again.
Break comes after the FBI re-examined evidence they already had for years.
This case languished, it sat there for 4 years collecting dust. No one did anything to solve this. A new team gathered on this case. Old evidence, new people, great police work. That's all it is. Good old-fashioned police work. And it solved a case that right from where I'm sitting, this bomb was planted at the RNC, a pipe bomb, at the DNC. They were real. Thank goodness they didn't detonate.
We start off our coverage this Friday afternoon with our justice correspondent, David Spunt. He's live here in Washington. Hi, David.
Hi, John. Good afternoon. We expect this court appearance to be a quick initial appearance, though we may find out more information about the suspect himself. We can now report that he admitted to planting the bombs. This, according to multiple sources briefed. 1 month from today would mark 5 years, half a decade since these pipe bombs were placed outside both the DNC and RNC. Now, Brian Cole Jr. charged with transporting an explosive device and interstate commerce, as well as the attempted malicious destruction by means of explosive materials. More charges are possible. While there is no official motive yet, we're told he is talking to federal investigators. And multiple sources briefed say that he expressed doubts about the 2020 presidential election results and again admitted that he planted the devices. Yesterday, investigators spent the majority.
Okay, so but that, for one, doesn't tell us like when he developed these beliefs, if assuming he does genuinely hold them. Did he come to believe this afterwards? Who knows?
Of the
We
day
don't know.
outside his home in a Washington, D.C. suburb. For nearly 5 years, agents...
Or is it just a sham? Is it just a garbage excuse that he's been told to hold to? Despite indications to the contrary. Such as his family and Ben frickin' Crump.
Visited more than 1,200 homes, businesses, did more than 1,000 interviews, reviewed 39,000 video files. John Sandra, a $500,000 reward was on the table, but that is not what cracked this case. According to authorities, cell phone pings indicate that his cell phone was in the area of the RNC and DNC the night of the crime, January 5th, 2021, the night before the Capitol riot, just hours before Joe Biden was certified as president the next day, and receipts show that Cole purchased bomb-making materials. The 2 pipe bombs did not detonate, and they were rendered safe. They could have been lethal, as we await this court hearing to start momentarily. Back to you.
All right.
Interesting. All right. Let's see what else we have in the pile. I know Steph's been at it all morning. Or afternoon, I guess. Morning for her, I think. Good morning. I forget what time zone you're in. Just forget where the cutoff is. No, I guess it'd be just afternoon, right? Anyway. Good day to you. We'll go with that. Good day to you, Steph. All right. Down we go. Oh, yeah, we definitely got some stuff here. Here is Ben Crump with the daddy, Brian Cole Sr., in their press conference from back in 2021, which, after the pipe bombing.
The final person you will hear from before we engage in your questions would be Mr. Brian Cole, the president of Free at Last Bail Bond Company.
So, gotta say that's interesting that there's crossover between Crump and the family, like literally right around the same time frame.
Mr. Cole.
Yes, I've done business all over the United States. I'm in 20 states, and I've never met the opposition that I've met with Zimmerman coming after our company the way he has. He's defamed me. He's called my insurance company.
He racist.
He's, went above and beyond, going to other jurisdictions, defaming me and Mr. Holmes. I've never seen this before, and we hope that the Department of Justice can come in and do a brief investigation, because what we see and what we've seen is a lot of
want that new Biden DOJ up in your business, huh?
Questionable
little payoff
acts.
Wonder how did this case ever resolve? Does anyone?
That Mr. Zimmerman has demonstrated towards minority-owned companies. So please, I just hope they would come in and investigate and look at his actions on what he's done towards, minority-owned companies.
Did they end up even bringing a lawsuit of any kind, or is it just whining at a press conference? Begging Biden DOJ to investigate the DA that he's whining about here, who was investigating his bail bonds business. Wonder who that DA was. You said Zimmerman, I think. Curious to look into them a little bit. Muslim fraud. Minnesota, not just Minnesota, Michigan. Oh yeah, absolutely. Detroit and elsewhere has rampant fraud where Muslims bully people door to door to harvest ballots en masse.
I hope with all the shit going on with the old Muslim council, whatever here, that there wasn't hanky-panky in that election.
The absentee ballots are being filled out in people's dining rooms by the candidates.
These guys will go to door and they take people's ballots. They bully them and they give them their ballots over.
Bangladeshi did it, started doing it. Oh yeah, they started before the Yemeni.
They go around the neighborhood with the AV applications and they have people sign the application. Then they put candidates to drop them all off at City Hall. Then they know when they go out, they go back to the person's house and say, you sign the envelope and get a ballot. And they harvest them.
Project Veritas journals have been on the ground in the city of Hamtramck, Wayne County, Michigan. Hamtramck is Michigan's most densely populated city. It's also the only Muslim majority city in America, and the first
that's right.
City in America to have an all-Muslim city council and a Muslim mayor. That would be crazy though, if like all this bullshit happened and they cheated.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna. It probably didn't cheat enough to change the election, but they could have, and there's no way to tell.
You need these people's votes, right? So who's gonna, say brown-skinned people are, doing election fraud?
Our investigation started in 2023 when the pride flag was first banned from being displayed on public property.
The flag issue was a war, now it's a battle. There's a bigger war. Yeah. Okay, there are a lot of things going on here.
We feel betrayed by the Muslim community because of how much sort of we take.
Do you think they're cheating? Like a friend of mine said that like the elections. Yeah,
absolutely.
But what we found were shocking allegations of voter fraud, including intimidation, coercion, bribery, ballot harvesting, and even midnight meetings where the ballots are auctioned off to the highest bidder.
They hire black people to go to black houses. They hire Bangladeshi people to go to Bangladeshi houses. The black people, they pay them for their ballots.
voter fraud happens in small ethnic communities where someone is more assimilated, they can run the show, intimidate.
And so you think that's what happened here?
Oh, it is what happened here. This happens at Gali and
So then they get together late at night. They joke and they call it like the midnight meetings. And then they auction them. They bid for them.
they auction for ballots.
Yeah.
Then they auction them. Did you hear that?
Did you ever feel like you were ballot harvested out of office?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm absolutely positive that happened.
We know who's doing it, and there's a attorney general's office on it. I got 3 people busted back in 2013.
I know that there's an investigation going on. Nestle's been involved, and I think the feds are involved.
You say the authorities, either the feds or whoever, are investigating the city council. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Investigating voter fraud. This has always been, a strongly progressive city. It's like we've welcomed everyone here, even those who, would not have welcomed us necessarily.
Right. Meaning the roles are reversed.
Yeah.
The council.
Yeah, and the roles have been reversed.
Meet Karen Majewski, who served as Hamtramck's first woman mayor from 2005 to 2021, the year she was defeated by her Yemeni challenger Amir Ghalib, who himself was historically swept into office as Hamtramck's first Muslim mayor, along with America's first all-Muslim city council. As the consequences of those elections continue to be felt, locals now fear their once welcoming LGBTQ sanctuary may be lost forever due to the policies of their newly emboldened all-Muslim leadership.
Absolutely nobody could have seen that one coming.
The council so far,
except for all the people that saw that coming,
remaining moderate, because like the family.
No, they are not. They are not moderate. The newest thing is on Tuesday they passed a resolution.
Insanity. You think they'll learn their lesson? They'll keep going until they're getting chucked off buildings. Supreme Court agrees to decide if Trump may end birthright citizenship. That's right. This is a big frickin' deal. Huge deal. At least assuming they rule in our favor. Yep. Which I think odds are pretty decent. Of course, if the left gets power again, they'll just pack the court and undo it. So, yeah. DEA's chief financial director under Obama, Paul Campo, who resigned in 2016 ahead of Trump's administration, had his Virginia home raided and has been charged with agreeing to launder roughly $12 million for the Jalisco New Generation cartel. Yup. Pretty wild story. Literally, like, within maybe 10 minutes of me. Yeah, Oakton is about 10 minutes away. Wild. So I guess the story is he had some buddy who hooked him up with someone who ended up being like an undercover informant or something, or undercover agent. And pretending to be a representative of the cartel. And they caught him. They caught him trying to make a deal to launder a shitload of money for the cartel. Crazy. This guy worked under Obama, resigned right before Trump came into office in 2016. He was, I think his official position was like deputy. He was a deputy director. Yeah, chief financial director. definitely a story to keep an eye on. Sure. Who knows where that one might lead. Senator Mark Wayne Mullen says insane breakthroughs on the J6 pipe bomber are coming soon. Oh, really? This case is bigger than anyone imagined. I was in a briefing yesterday. There's more coming. I learned something new, and I've been working on this for over 2 years. This is a very big case that's been covered up. Oh, boy. Interesting.
What will happen next? I know that you're very, very close with Kash. You were one of the people, you were the guy who actually led Kash's nomination process in the Senate. You know, a lot of these victories, and I view this as a victory, I look at the affidavit and I'm like, man, you know, this is demonstrable. How are you ever going to be able to defend this in court? I mean, this, if they have all this evidence on the guy, and apparently we're only seeing like 5%, 2% of what they actually have.
It is looking pretty damning for him, although there are, I think, at least based on what I've seen, they will have maybe a few avenues to try. The fact that his face was never seen, for one, unless they have some alternate way of identifying with 100% certainty. No idea how advanced gait analysis is these days. Obviously, that came up in the other person that was floated as a suspect by the Blaze. But I have no idea if that's tested in court or not, like in any real serious case.
Then you know, you're gonna have a tough time. You know, this is the guy, this is the individual in the backpack. You know, this is it. And so let them prove that case. What will happen next? I mean, what else? They keep teasing that there's so much more. Well,
there is. What's the American people, and probably you and I both, kind of get impatient because they're like, let's go. We got to remember, it's been 10 months. Look at what they've done in 10 months. But they also got to keep the credibility of the agency, of the Attorney General and the FBI. They got to keep the credibility out there, so they don't want to go out there and be Adam Schiff or Mr. Fang Fang and say, we got the smoking gun, and make a bunch of promises that they never follow up on. So what you're seeing is a very methodical approach to the way they roll out information. They keep it pretty close held, which I get people get upset by that, but they're running an investigation. And then once they do it, they drop it. And then everybody's like, holy smokes, we've seen this 3 times already in the last 10 months. And there is more coming. I was in a briefing yesterday that you and I spoke about offline, which will be more to come. And I learned something new on that. And I have been working on this for 2+ years. Actually, it's almost been 3 years. And so, but I don't know the time frame on that when that comes out. We know we want to have something, and I know I'm being deceptive here, so give me a little bit of credit on your audience. But Benny does know what I'm talking about. But we're being very methodical on how we roll that out. But we'd love to have something out on that, early spring if we're ready to go. But it's a very big case that's been covered up by the previous administration.
Hey, really quick, I saw a message rolling a few minutes ago on YouTube chat from a King Kyle B, who said, where'd your message go, man? Is anyone else getting a lot of YouTube commercials and porn ads while watching the show? Only happens to me when watching PSB. Is anyone else experiencing that? Like specifically the like, I don't know what they mean exactly by porn ads, but I didn't even know. I wouldn't think YouTube would have that. So that's interesting. Some of you know. Some of you, yes. It probably depends on your demographic, like your age, gender, sex, whatever. Search history even. But that's interesting to know that some of you are getting that. I'll have to Okay, so Childhood King says yes, but just generally ads, not porn, but just loaded with ads. All right. Yeah, I'll have to. I don't know what the deal with that is, Kyle. I will have to. Oh, not dirty, but ad shows a woman and wants you to click on. Oh, like a kind of risque sort of like trying to get you to click. Yeah. Not like straight up porn, but bit of a sexual kind of tinge to it. Yeah. I don't see now. I don't know that there's any way for me to undo that. I'll have to go into my YouTube settings and take a look. There's a way for me to like cut out certain types of ads. I think there is, but I don't know if it gets that like in detail. Like if I can specify to that level of granularity. Like we'll have to see. How bad, just like generally speaking, like how meant for just all ads, like how often are you guys getting ads? Free Spirit says majority of live streams on YouTube now have ads. Yeah, I do have it monetized to obviously try to take in some money. But I don't know, maybe there's a way that I can, oh shit, every 2 minutes? That's fuck. Pardon me, but that's crazy. Okay. Well, that's a considerable detriment to the viewing experience on YouTube. No wonder our numbers aren't like really holding. I wish I would have known that a while back. That is my fault. I will have to check the ad settings and see. I know there's a way. I know at least I'm pretty certain there's a way to adjust how often the ads roll, so I can at least cut down on that. Maybe have it so you only see one ad, like when you first click on the video. That would be ideal. That would be, I think that's fair. Having you get cut off by an ad every freaking 2 to 3 minutes is absurd. It's like unwatchable and obnoxious. Child of the King says, for me, it seems like I have to sit through double ads every 5 minutes. That's stupid. Sucks. Yeah, I will definitely see what I can do about that. Yeah, right? I mean, that is stupid. Like, that means you just miss what I'm talking about, and then you come back in like a minute later when I've maybe moved on into the middle of another subject. Jeez, that sucks. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I can't fix it right now. It would take too much clicking around and digging. It'd be too boring for you guys, so I'll have to do it on the next one. But I gotta like pull up a window in the settings to like remind myself to go dig into this. YouTube Studio. Okay. All right. Well, maybe if I have a lengthier clip here, it'll give me some time to click around and see what I can find. All right, let's keep going. Marjorie Taylor Greene tells 60 Minutes that Donald Trump was furious that she supported releasing the Epstein files. He said that it was going to hurt people, she says.
We did talk about the Epstein files, and he was extremely angry at me that I had signed the discharge petition to release the files. I fully believe that those women deserve everything they're asking. They're asking for all of it to come out. They deserve it. And he was furious with me.
What did he say?
He said that it was going to hurt people. We did talk about.
Full interview airing Sunday. Minnesota fraud wasn't an accident. It was engineered. Of course it frickin' was. I mean, fraud to that extent isn't just like incidental, like peppering of fraud from some naughty people here and there. That is like systemic.
It turns out that a core group of Somali Americans or refugees, whatever they were at that point in time, figured out how to game the system, and they figured out that fraud paid, corruption paid, crime paid, because they weren't held accountable. And so they kept doing it until ultimately the house of cards fell down.
No, you couldn't be more right, Laura. And frankly, Ilhan Omar found the blueprint pretty early. She's clearly been in this for personal gain. She's made tens of millions of dollars since she's entered Congress. And what do you know? We find that her friends are getting rich in the process too. But like I said, this is intentional. It's by design. Ilhan Omar was the individual in Congress who introduced this legislation that ultimately led to Feeding Our Future being able to defraud $250 million. And you gotta laugh, because just the other day, she's complaining, well, it's because we don't have guardrails in place, and that's why these third parties were able to go steal from taxpayers. Well, Ilhan, you were in charge of setting up the guardrails.
I think I found the setting while that was playing. There we go. I don't know that it will apply to the current live stream. Supposed to be applying to all my videos. I don't know if that includes like a current ongoing live stream though. You guys will have to let me know. But hopefully that'll do it. It should now, I think, only roll an ad at the beginning of a live stream, and now should not roll ads during. So hopefully that will now be taken care of. Where is my chat? Where'd my chat go? Okay. There we are. Going. NIH contractor calls actions a foolish mistake after being caught admitting to destroying federal portraits. Oh, that guy, that moron. Oh, he actually sat down with O'Keefe. Oh no, okay. O'Keefe ambushed him in a bookshop.
What did you think you were going to meet with tonight?
Jessica.
It actually works for me. I'm an investigative reporter. My name is James O'Keefe, and you're
oh my God, this idiot
on camera as part of an undercover investigation. And in this recording, you're bragging.
They have these
gaudy photos.
Trump, J.D. Vance, RFK, head director of the they appointed. And I decided to just rip them off the wall, and I put them in the trash by the front door.
Now when you inherit this house, a foolish mistake. A foolish mistake to destroy the paintings.
Yeah.
Edgy.
Wanted to be the cool kid.
Edgy. Like a bad
Wanted to impress. All that groupthink. All that programming.
boy, badass, bad boy. Nothing makes
how deep it is. Almost sad.
Makes a girl hornier than taking down those paintings off the wall. Trump. Right?
Just sad, lonely, desperate young man in a shitty dating pool, wanting to get laid.
And if she was
poor Joseph.
leaning left,
she's gonna get in the bed and do the dirty thing.
I don't know, dude. This is a Tinder date gone horribly wrong. I thought I was gonna.
Well, or investigative journalism gone wonderfully right, depending on how you look at it.
Meet a chick and
You're gonna go to jail.
James O'Keefe outside the National Institute of Health. I actually caught up with Joseph Olmert at a cafe in Washington, D.C., and I confronted him, and he gave me a fake name.
Joseph? Is this seat taken? Are you Joseph? Do you like art? I love those paintings. Those gaudy paintings of Trump and J.D. Vance are some of my favorite paintings, actually. Your name is
do that?
Actually Joseph Olmert? Is that your real name?
not my last name.
What's your real last name?
Ida? Ida? Ida?
He gave me a fake phone number, so I sat down and asked him to call me, then got his real number.
I'm just going to text you right now. What's your number? And is that actually your number? Because people lie about it. I'm going to call you to see if that's actually your number. You're going to get a call to see if it actually works. Is it? Sounds like
Random woman. He just, wow.
Sounds not like your phone number. Did you just lie and give me a fake number? I have two. That sounds like a good deal. 2 numbers. That was my old one. I just changed it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Perfectly plausible.
Why don't I give you my phone number and you can text me? How's that sound?
AT&T records indicates he is indeed Joseph Olmert.
Are you
Ida.
federal employee? Yes or no? You're not a federal employee. You don't work for National Institute of Health?
Not for long.
You lied about working for National Institute of Health?
So basically, I work on the back end of all of the water quality, like mechanical filtration systems, and
that's a pretty elaborate lie. Say you work for the federal government and you work on the mechanical infiltration systems.
Well, I wanted to sound impressive to a girl.
To a girl. And not a very good foundation for a sustainable relationship, though, isn't it? Because what happens when this girl finds out that you don't work for NIH?
He kept saying, I don't work in the government. I don't work for
he does.
For the government. Well, it turns out at the time, I didn't really know exactly if that was true or false. Even for a moment, I believed him. Well, it turns out he actually does work as a contractor for the government. We were able to find his name in the employee directory. We actually reached out to NIH for comment, and they confirmed to us on background that Joseph Olmert is a contractor.
A contractor, okay.
Within the animal research branch of the...
Well, he's still working for the government.
NIH. Joseph Olmert proceeded to give me a fake name, and then he gave me a fake phone number. So it begged the question at the time whether I could trust anything that actually comes out of his mouth. These people will do anything to cover their tracks.
Did you lie about the paintings?
I was just trying to impress coming up with this idea
Wow. You're horny by saying you're destroying government property?
Yeah, it'd get some hot and bothered, man.
Edgy.
Hot and bothered.
Edgy. Like a bad boy, badass. You got a bad boy. Do you think
Oh man, I've used that one 1,000 times.
deserve to get killed?
Yep. Oh baby, I destroy federal property on the regular. Down go the pants.
Smacked him. How about smacking him in the face? You don't?
Don't get encouraged. It's a bad person. You spread hate. I kind of believe if you spread hate, then you deserve to get smacked in the mouth. Or expect something bad to happen to you.
What does it mean to get smacked in the mouth?
What?
I see. Okay.
So was I talking to you this whole time?
You mean, was that me and a lady?
No. Like, texting.
You were talking to one of my colleagues, yeah.
I wonder what they texted about.
So did I have to pay for her date? Or did I have to pay for our food?
What the fuck?
Did you have to pay?
What? I am floored right now. What? How is that even crossing his mind right now? So, like, do I have to pay for the food from the date then, or
That's up to you.
what?
It's up to you.
What do you think he's gonna pay you back? Like the cost of the food, or?
Do you want me to reimburse you?
Yeah, like what?
Is that what you want? How much was it?
$70.
Maybe we'll make that happen. that that's the concern. Yeah. How hot was she?
Good for James. That's a fantastic answer. Bravo.
9 or 10. She's a 10.
She's very attractive.
Are you going to continue to lie to women to impress them?
I want to say no,
But like, yeah.
Yeah. My advice is not to do that. Maybe it's time for you to start doing something in your life, you know?
Well, that's out the window now. Do you have... Okay, this is just... I mean...
The problem I have is that...
Worth the shot, I guess. I don't know who would hire someone who lies so... Well, maybe he could, like, be a gay... crap or something, like...
I don't know if I can hire you because you lied about something like this.
Well, if I get maybe if he can do it there, he can do it undercover for you. Think about it, James.
Impress somebody. So my people don't do that. We don't lie. So I won't hire you.
Except for, well, when they do.
I mean, what would you do in this situation? That's not being having a job.
He's asking him for advice now, for life advice.
Do something in your life that warrants being impressed. Focus on improving yourself so that you don't have to resort to lying.
This is bizarre.
Do something that makes other people proud of you. You enjoy rock climbing, you enjoy the outdoors, then go do that stuff. I prepared trails in upstate New York when I was on probation. Do something that you enjoy and be someone that you can be proud of so you don't have to lie. That's what I would do. Focus on yourself so that you will attract the right person. Oh, he's taking a video of me? Is he taking a video?
Yes, yes.
All right. Hey, I couldn't help but notice. Are you taking a video of me?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Yeah.
You're taking a video, but why you put it on Snapchat?
Because I feel like this whole experience is like kind of crazy.
Oh.
Got set up by a reporter and Tinder dates.
Tinder dates.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy, isn't it, buddy?
This is weird.
Why?
I don't know, dude. This is a Tinder date gone horribly wrong. I thought I was gonna meet a chick and...
Are you gonna go to jail?
No, I'm not really concerned about that.
Now, Joseph
Oh, maybe you should be.
Olmert may not be concerned, but in a response to a request for comment, the NIH informed us that, quote, the NIH police is looking into it.
Nothing makes a girl hornier than taking down those paintings off the wall.
Oh yeah, baby.
Right?
If she was leaning left,
she's gonna get in the bed and do the dirty thing. All right, Joe, we gotta go. We really do have to go now. Thank you. Call me. Call me.
okay.
In the wake of this report, Congressman Tim Burchett has called for Joseph to be fired, and NIH Director Jay Bhattacharya has ordered an official investigation into his actions. Stay tuned.
Oh boy, his life's about to suck very, very badly. In the wake of the National Guard attack, DHS, under leadership of Secretary Noem, is establishing a new vetting center to screen out terrorists, criminal aliens, and foreign nationals who threaten our public security. Okay, very good. What now? Oh, Solomon on the pipe bomb, right? And Loudermilk.
I mean, from the briefing itself, that question was asked, and quickly the FBI said, we're not ready to answer that yet. And I understand
as to whether he worked alone or not.
And that is still an open investigation. You do have the guy who apparently has confessed to doing it. Now you have got the first person source that we haven't had in 5 years. You need to really question him. You need to take the forensic evidence you have from him, his cell phone. One of the things that I have asked over the years is, who was the gray hoodie person, which we now know is this Brian Cole? Who is he communicating with? The video shows him being on the phone with people. Who is he communicating with? Did he have co-conspirators? This is something now that the FBI, they know who it is, and they'll be able to track down who he was talking to and then start talking to other people. So the FBI was a little coy with their response, but that's what I would expect at this point, and this is what I want. Is you don't want to tip off everybody that was involved. I don't believe this guy worked alone. I mean, he could have, but it just doesn't fit the MO. So we've still got a lot of work ahead of us. And quite frankly, it's a partnership now between my committee and the FBI and the other agencies that didn't exist in the previous administration. They were obstructionists. I mean, they, as you brought up before, they hid documents. Documents were destroyed. And now we have an FBI, especially Deputy Director Bongino, who I've been working closely with. They're very good. In fact, as they find information that they think will be helpful to us, they'll give us a call and make sure that we can get that information. And we're doing the same thing. As we uncover something, we're sharing it with them.
Yeah, what an extraordinary partnership, and how much progress has been made in just a few short months since that partnership was struck. From the timeline we've learned, about 6 weeks ago, they implement a new red team. Within 2 weeks of that red team, they have their suspect. They monitor him for 4 weeks while they build the case. From that time frame, it didn't seem like it took very long once a new team got fresh eyes on here to put the evidence together. It seems like the evidence was sitting in plain view of the agents.
Yeah, I think it was. Of course, they took all the evidence that was obtained 5 years ago, as well as more information that has surfaced since then. But that's why they were able to move so quickly. I wasn't sure how long that they were working on this. I had heard they've been working on it 9 months, but during the briefing, when they gave the timeline, it didn't pass us by without realizing that is the same time frame that our committee was also stood up. That's right. And I look at our committee of how much progress we've made in that short of time, which was I felt was impressive. But for the FBI to take this cold case and turn it around and solve it, and I mean, they're confident that they have the guy, and of course he's apparently made a confession to it. That's extraordinary work. This is the type of FBI that we used to think that we had, right? This is what the TV shows and the movies were made about, is this level of investigative work that the FBI does. When they pull together, they not only work together with all the professionals that are in the FBI, and they're doing it objectively, but they also bring in partnerships from other investigative agencies to get to the truth.
Okay, Stephen Miller on Somali fraud in Minnesota.
Based on what we have found so far, we believe that the Somali fraud operation in Minnesota is the single greatest theft of taxpayer dollars through welfare fraud in American history. We believe that we have only scratched the very top of the surface of how deep this goes. And you're familiar with all the scams with pretending that children have autism who are not in fact autistic, with pretending to enroll people in food programs when in fact nobody was ever enrolled, and engaging in massive fraud, lying, and theft and grift on a scale we've never seen before in American history. The total bill, the total tab for this is going to be far beyond the numbers we've already seen reported. We believe the state government is fully complicit in this scheme, and we believe that what we are going to uncover is going to shock the American people. Look, based on the records that we already have, This is a significant undercount, by the way. 75% of the Somali population in Minnesota is on welfare. But that's likely a significant undercount of just how much of a financial burden the Somali refugee population is imposing on this country.
I guarantee you it's an undercount.
This scandal is going to rock the core of Minnesota politics and American politics.
Oh, yeah.
We are going to be able to show through whether it be willful blindness, whether it be deliberately turning the other way, or whether it be direct knowledge, we are going to show how Democrat politicians, Democrat bureaucracies, Democrat political systems, and the Somali refugee population ripped off the American people, stole countless taxpayer dollars, and engage in scams that boggle the mind, scams that we can scarcely even conceive of or
disgusting stuff. Yeah,
imagine in their brazen.
It's their culture. That's the culture that they talk about loving so much.
This truly underscores the extent to which the Democrat Party has used migration as a weapon against the American people to gain political power at the expense of American citizens, stealing their money, stealing their votes, stealing their sovereignty. This is going to be case in point for the argument that President Trump has made about why we must stop mass third-world migration into this country. It is a tool the Democrat Party has used to rob the American people blind.
Yep. The sun may set, but the border wall keeps getting built in Arizona. Very good. From Border Patrol. What the frick? Someone stormed up to Tim Pool's property last night and opened gunfire? What the hell? No one was hurt. Security team reviewing the incident. You're relaying the report to appropriate law enforcement. Oh, man. Yes. Department of War senior legal advisor, and lawyer to Secretary of War Pete Hegseth confirmed to me that the Navy is actively reviewing court-martial of Democrat U.S. Senator Mark Kelly for inciting disobedience among members of the armed.
This morning, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth was here for an off-the-record briefing, so obviously I can't report what he said. But a lot of the questions pertain to Mark Kelly, Senator Mark Kelly, and whether or not we can expect to see him get court-martialed. Is there anything you can say publicly about the investigation into Senator Mark Kelly and whether or not he's going to be held accountable for, you know, encouraging members of the armed services to disobey the commander-in-chief?
Sure. So the actual inquiry has been referred to the Navy. I'm not a part of it, and so they are going through it to see what options that they're going to present. There's a range of options here. I mean, everybody's focusing on the possibility of a court-martial, but there's a whole bunch of things that they can do. They could do administrative remedies. You know, they could give him a letter of reprimand. They could actually take one of his ranks away in retirement and lower his pension. And ultimately, what they're going to do is they're going to look at the feasibility of these different things. And so, if you look at what he did, and you know, they try to say, if you look at this video, all we did was state the law. Okay, there are two problems with that. One, they misstated the law. The law is not that you have duty to disobey unlawful orders, manifestly unlawful orders, orders that are clearly illegal to everybody who hears them. So they lowered the standard first. Two, they didn't define what the unlawful orders they were talking about were. But if you instead take that video in the context of all of the other rhetoric, where they're talking about National Guard deployments are unlawful, Venezuelan boat strikes are unlawful, all of the other rhetoric, and you take those two together, then you say, okay, now what they're asking people to do is to not go to the National Guard deployments, to not execute Venezuelan boat strike orders. And that's the problem right there, is that those orders are lawful. Now, they can argue and they can say, oh, we think that order is unlawful. And if you have a dispute where some people think it's lawful, some people think it's unlawful, that means it's not manifestly unlawful. You know, deploy to Chicago with the National Guard, presumed lawful. Shoot that protester in the head, manifestly unlawful. Don't do that. And that's really the difference, is that they've put it in a way that is intended to confuse and is intended to, we believe, cause dissension within the ranks. And so that's something that the Navy is looking at.
So could he possibly face jail time?
He could. I mean,
Is it likely though?
I don't think it's likely. I mean, there's this is just my personal opinion. The administrative hurdles you would have to get over to actually recall somebody to active duty to do that, it's been done before. But then,
What about getting him on some of his other treasonous behavior, like his involvement with the Chinese spy balloon company? I mean, he has direct ties to the CCP. I have a video of Mark Kelly that I published during the last election season of him riding into China on a motorcycle with a CCP flag and assisting them in their space center.
all of these things are things that would be good to look at, and really he has both the DOJ and the Department of War that could look at these things. The difficulty with recalling him to active duty, to be quite candid with you, is the Constitution prohibits somebody from holding office in two branches at the same time. And so if he were recalled to active duty in the executive branch, he can't simultaneously hold an office in the legislative branch. Right. Which means that recall to active duty is a functional disqualification or resignation from the Senate, which could potentially, cause separation of powers issues, and I could see that being litigated heavily within the district court. Yeah. So there are certainly procedural hurdles to that, and I think that ultimately, the Navy, their Judge Advocate General Bly is a very smart lawyer, and I think they're going to look at those and come to the best recommendation possible.
He was fantastic. Very to the point, descriptive, forthright. Who was that? Tim Parlatore. Following, yep. So he is the Department of War senior legal advisor and lawyer to Pete Hegseth in his capacity as Secretary of War. Here's Hegseth rebuilding the Arsenal of Freedom.
Era of vendor-locked, prime-dominated, closed architecture, cost-plus is over. We're going to compete, we're going to move fast, we're going to do open architecture, we're going to innovate, we're going to scale, and we're going to do it at cost. Because this is a commitment to a mission. Whether you're a vet or not who served already, all of you are serving the Department of War, the American people, and the Arsenal of Freedom. I need you to understand that, yes, we're here for the warfighters who are out there pulling triggers on the behalf of our nation right now. And everybody here's touched someone who serves at some point. But they can't succeed without you. Truly. They cannot do what we will require them to do in far-flung places, in dangerous moments, in the dead of night, without the capabilities that you will underwrite for them. So this Arsenal of Freedom is built not just with men and women in camouflage, but it's in folks in civilian clothes all across the country who are also putting in the work 24/7 to out-compete, out-innovate, and out-manufacture our opponents.
ICE posting here to help law enforcement nationwide arrest and remove criminal aliens. ICE's Law Enforcement Support Center provides timely immigration and identity info. Real-time assistance when encountering illegal aliens suspected, arrested, or convicted of crimes. What? So it's specifically for like local law enforcement to interface with ICE. At least that's what it sounds like. I mean, they do provide a public phone number, though, apparently. I don't know. January 6th pipe bomb suspect is not a Trump supporter. family claims. He is an autistic recluse computer nerd. I had heard that. Okay. Yeah, MS Now reported that Brian Cole confessed and told his FBI interrogators that he is a Trump supporter and holds anarchist views. But Loretta, his grandmother, said Cole has no party affiliation and never votes. Rather, he keeps to himself, living in his mother's basement in Woodbridge, Virginia, where he's been grieving the loss of his beloved pet Chihuahua, while working at a data entry job for the bail bond business. Wow. He's not politically affiliated with anything, Grandma told Daily Mail. He has no social media contacts. He's never online, going back and forth with politics or anything like that. He says he don't like either party. He's borderline autistic, she added. He's slow. Oh my gosh. He may be 30, but he's got the mind of a 16-year-old. That's why we're thinking, what the hell? What's going on? She said FBI agents swooped in to search her office on the southern outskirts of D.C. on Thursday, the same day they arrested her grandson. He has an office on the outskirts of D.C. What'd she do? She does. She bail bond too? We were told that the main thing he's very upset about is that he disappointed us, that he got locked up. We told him, we're out here, we're going to make sure things taken care of. We're terrified. They say they've got all this evidence. Whatever happened, we've still got to fight it. We have to figure out what to do. She said she had no idea her grandson may have been gathering parts for months to build bombs from area businesses, stored them in the home, and then allegedly tried to carry out a terrorist attack. Cole was charged with laying explosives outside the Democratic and Republican National Committee headquarters, which did not detonate. So the thing she's saying would actually fit with what he did. I mean, the fact that he has no party affiliation and never votes. He says he don't like either party. I'm not really sure how a man with the mind of a 16-year-old, someone who she says is slow, and keep in mind this is coming from someone who herself is likely not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed herself. So I don't know. I don't know how that works. Because he certainly, well, I don't know. I mean, I guess at first it seemed he knew what he was doing because he didn't get caught. But now in retrospect, it seems like that was down to the feds just being retarded. Or deliberately overlooking it for whatever reason. So, I don't know. Maybe a moron could pull off what he pulled off. Not like it was terribly like involved or anything. They looked relatively basic as far as the device goes. I mean, it's what, like a battery, a timer, and wiring, and you know, the boom stuff, and that's it. Can't be that hard to assemble. Certainly didn't do the greatest job of covering his tracks, considering he had a cell phone on him. At least apparently. Did cover his face. But that's, I mean, an idiot could come up with that. And yeah, there's the question of, you know, reporting, you know, conflicting reporting on the viability of the bombs. Like, we're told now that they were viable, but we were told before that they weren't. If they weren't, that would certainly fit with an idiot. I mean, I don't know. Says he don't like either party, but why does he not like them so much that he was willing to pipe bomb them? Okay, let's see. He doesn't have a girlfriend. Oh, this young man is very calm and quiet, he said. He just stays to himself. Nobody bothers him because he doesn't bother anybody. He doesn't have a girlfriend. That's how slow he is. He's just off in a little world on his own. He stays downstairs. And he used to be with his dog all the time. His little chihuahua. That's why everything is so messed up with us, because he's a good kid. He was a good boy. He didn't do nothing wrong to nobody. If you knew him, you would say he couldn't have done it. Stay in the line. And if he did, it was just him trying to prove a point or whatever. Oh my gosh. He probably doesn't even know the magnitude of what he's done if he did do it. We last saw him Wednesday when he came to work. He's a data entry clerk in the office and answers the phones. He's right in the reception area up front. We have a business, so we put him to work. And he understands that. He's good with data entry. All I can tell you is I love my grandson, she said. He's not a bad kid, and he's not affiliated with any gangs or anything like that. He's not a political anarchist, or whatever they're calling him. People could pull unnamed sources out of the sky. I don't believe that. I don't know. Anything else from Grandma? I like Grandma. Grandma's funny. Nope, that's all. All the quotes from Grandma. Oh yeah, FIFA World Cup coming to America. Trump will text any time of the day or night.
I understand that the two of you have shifted your relationship to text.
To text, yes.
And so I'm wondering who took the bold step of asking for the other's number.
He offered me his number when we first met in the Oval Office, and I took it, remember to write it down, so yeah.
And how would you describe his texting manner? Is it as much
rapid?
All caps as
there's a lot of caps. There's a lot of caps and exclamation marks involved, yes. And I would also make the point that there was no time limit on there. There's a 24/7 element to it. It is not apparent how much the President of the United States sleeps.
Middle of the night.
Middle of the night, early in the morning, all hours a day. I mean, normally not during the workday when he's sitting in chairs like these, grilling. He's in your role. He's grilling someone.
That's great. Okay. Let's see. here. Caitlin Collins of Fake News CNN, Trump says, always stupid and nasty. Asked me why the new ballroom was costing more money than originally thought 1 year ago. I said because it's going to be double the size. And the quality of the finishes and interiors has been brought to the highest level. Also, the column span has been substantially increased for purposes of viewing. It is actually under budget and ahead of schedule, as my jobs always are. It's just much bigger and more beautiful than originally planned. Interestingly and seldom reported, there are no taxpayer dollars involved. It is being fully paid for by private donations. Fake News CNN and the guy who runs the whole corrupt operation that owns it, one of the worst in the business. The ratings are so low that they're not even counted or relevant anymore. Mega. War forging future Rangers. Quick one.
Let's go. Hurry up, Ranger.
Cool. Diseased Temple. Oh boy. FBI boss reveals criminal investigation into feds who ran the Arctic Frost probe. Gonna bring the whole diseased temple down over your heads. Isn't that how the quote goes? There it is.
I'll keep my head up, and you will end this.
I'm just getting warmed up. This is Von Clausewitz shit. Total fucking war. I'm gonna pull the whole thing down. I'm gonna bring the whole fucking diseased, corrupt temple down on your head. It's gotta be biblical.
So use that line, huh? All right, what did he say? Kash Patel revealed the existence of the probe during a wide-ranging interview on Just the News, No Noise television show Thursday night, where he also discussed the Bureau's success in solving the case of the pipe bomber. Okay, here we go. It takes a little time to break down the diseased temple that they built here in Washington for decades. But I harp on the fact that this investigation should show the world how we're going to operate in every single investigation, Patel said, referring to the pipe bomb case, where fresh agents were brought in to solve the languishing mystery. Arctic Frost specifically, we have a huge investigation going on that is public, he added. I can say that it's going to take a little more time to peel it back, but no, I'm not going to let people get off the hook or get a hall pass. I don't care what position you held in the FBI, you're going to be held accountable, and this DOJ is assuredly backing us. Good to hear. Very, very good. Even better to see, but I understand it takes time. As he highlights here, it takes time to put the change in that people wanted. Russiagate is a reality. It happened. Arctic Frost is a reality. It happened. The unlawful raid at Mar-a-Lago is a reality. It happened. It wasn't driven by one person, but multiple people in leadership positions and generations of institutionalization in the swamp thinking that type of ethos and law enforcement is okay. Cool. All right. On the Arctic Frost front, we discovered at this FBI that they were unlawfully surveilling senators and guys like me and weaponizing government. So this pipe bomb investigation should show the American public that while providing information on the pipe bomb over the last 8 years and protecting the integrity of our investigation, we can get to the endpoint we want: accountability and transparency. All right. Oh, Macron, Merz, Starmer, and Zelensky are meeting in London on Monday. I wonder if Obama will be in town. That'd be something, wouldn't it? Rep Shri Thanedar, who was born in India and just filed articles of impeachment against Pete Hegseth for blowing up drug boats, can't even name the areas in his own district. Can he even locate the Caribbean on a map? Venezuela, maybe?
I don't know. What are the 5 Grosse Points cities? Well, look, I'm not here to answer a quiz. I'm here to say that I'm going to fight for the people.
Yep. City of Minneapolis whining about what's going to happen to their Somali community.
With daily reports of ICE in our neighborhoods, many communities across Minneapolis are feeling fearful and uncertain. Families are avoiding public spaces, businesses are limiting hours, community spaces are quieter than usual. When our Somali community lives in fear, it affects the soul of the entire city. The actions of the federal government are causing real harm, but it won't change what we believe in or how we show up for each other. Minneapolis is our home. Minneapolis, wa gurigena. Our city will always stand with our Somali community and with all immigrant communities who make Minneapolis vibrant, diverse, and full of life. Remember, you have the right to stay silent, to ask for a lawyer, and to refuse to sign anything before speaking with anyone. We stand with you. You can find Know Your Rights information at minneapolismn.gov/federal.
Oh, they can't spell that. Are you stupid? Alternatively, they could get the fuck out. How about that? That'd be nice, right? Former Prime Minister of Somalia reveals Ilhan Omar is here in America to represent Somalia. This is old, but a good one. The success of Ilhan is the success of Somalia. Or in Somalian, Mark Kelly going off at Trump. How fun.
Think about this for a second. Jobs are down. Wages are flat. Costs are up. And this president is asleep. Like literally. He's falling asleep on the job. Like every day. And it's hurting the American people. He's doing nothing to try to help people with the cost of groceries and rent and health care. Think about this for a second. Are up, and this president is asleep. Like literally. He's falling asleep.
You have to know how stupid that sounds, considering you were completely silent for 4 years of Joe Biden, right? I mean, he has to get that, right? And yeah, I think I'm right in that. I think that they are absolutely positioning him as their candidate for president in 2028. I think that's who they're going to run. I think they're positioning him now. They're building him up because the rest of the field is complete and total garbage, and they know it. Not that he's much better, but, you know, he's not them. And he's positioning himself as a, you know, just an everyday American, just, you know, military guy. They're trying to, like, use him to take the middle, retake the middle. And he's a white guy, yeah. They may have learned their lesson. Or at least be so desperate that they're willing to overlook it. But I'm telling you, I think they're getting him ready for 28. Senator Mark Warner complains that Trump took too long to catch the J6 pipe bomb suspect 11 months since his inauguration after 4 years of zilch from Joe Biden.
But I gotta tell you, it kind of makes me, looking at this crowd doing a victory lap, when all the senior FBI officials across all key divisions have been fired for political purposes, when in some field offices up to 45% of the FBI officers who are doing things like counter-espionage and cyber have been assigned to do immigration cases, it's a little rich that they're saying America's safer. How much earlier could we have caught this guy if resources hadn't been diverted? And I hope it would also remind folks that on January 6th, I was here at the Capitol on January 6th. It was an ugly, awful day. And this administration and this president basically pardoned all the perpetrators. You know, it's that kind of picking and choosing of facts from this crowd that makes me a little bit crazy. Now to the question of, but I gotta tell you, it kind of makes me...
Mm-hmm. Illegal alien trucker with a license from New York arrested after cargo of tires just dumps onto Oklahoma highway. These idiots. Oh my gosh, that is so dangerous. Oh geez, oh gosh. Depending on what kind of tires they are. Thankfully, they looked like just passenger car tires, not like truck tires. That would be seriously dangerous. Already bad enough as it is. Rip Grijalva has been in Congress 5 minutes and already has her ICE viral victimhood moment secured.
First of all, it's great to see you. I'm happy to see that you're okay. How are you? How are your staff doing?
I think we're all okay. It was really scary, very jarring. I mean, it's one thing to hear about these things happening in communities. It's another thing to have it happen
she got pepper sprayed during an ICE raid. Poor baby.
Directly to you. I really did go, with the assumption that I'm just trying to understand what's happening. And so I went up, I introduced myself, I let them know who I was. One agent said, I don't care who you are. You need to get out of the way. We were pushed. We were shot at, and it's really scary. It was very frightening and very jarring.
First of all, it's great to see you.
These people. Apparently the death of Irina Zarutska was not enough, Sean Duffy says. What is it going to take for the Charlotte mayor to remove violent criminals off the streets to protect her constituents? Time to act is now. Apparently a person got stabbed in the chest on the Charlotte, North Carolina light rail and is now in critical condition. Yikes. Black residents showing support for Border Patrol in New Orleans area. Yeah, Bovino just keeps being treated like a freaking celebrity there. It's so interesting. Very different reception compared to some of the other places that he's been.
And all right, good stuff. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Yes, I've been on the FaceTime. One? First thing I broke my toe. Can I get you? Yes, ma'am. What's your name? Darnell. Darnell. Hey, can you get Darnell? Can you give Darnell a picture? I remember on Fridays, and you guys can put this in the press all you want. Fridays, I'll do a double energy drink on Fridays. So there's a big secret for our success in all these tight late immigration operations. Double energy drink on Fridays.
Will there be operations tomorrow and Sunday?
Absolutely, absolutely, every day.
Right on. Eating his energy drinks. Getting back out to work.
This is about the best I can find for the ghostage. 2. You guys want a ghost? I'm good, sir. Ghost. I offered the press a ghost. I did. I promise, and they didn't want it. The pork rinds, also known as cracklins, those are really good.
Getting some cracklins.
Good for the keto diet, guys. So let me take a look at this. So energy drinks and keto. Yeah, I will. Let me see here. All right. The spicy ones are good. Yeah, I know. I just gotta make sure there's no carbs in there. All right.
That's great. Contracts update from Doge. Over the last 5 days, agencies terminated and descoped 43 wasteful contracts with a ceiling value of $3.5 billion and savings of $222 million, including $4.3 million Department of Treasury IT contract to develop a comprehensive strategic narrative and management approach aimed at the human-centered transformation and enhanced partnerships. What the f is that? And a $29 million Department of Commerce consulting contract for providing the necessary staff to perform program management, providing planning, analysis, and support in managing projects. That's very vague. Okay, Trump just confirmed it. What's this? Venezuela isn't just about Maduro. It's about kicking Russia and China out of our hemisphere. Yep. True. Virginia Giuffre's family ask, where are her missing millions? Was the Epstein estate not paid up, or? Oh, I guess her millions. Her multi-million-dollar estate. Thought to have amassed an estimated $22 million fortune through the victim compensation funds and civil lawsuit settlements. Huh. So, what, the money's like disappeared or something? How does that happen? Not clear where the money's gone. Bizarre. That's interesting. Amy Klobuchar stopped by the Carmel Mall to support Minnesota's 80,000 Somali Americans. They are entrepreneurs, caregivers, police officers, pirates, and firefighters. Pirates especially. Oh, it's in that shithole mall. Look at that. It's in the shithole. In the storage unit mall. Literally a converted storage unit. Cristiano Ronaldo, a great soccer player, just called to thank me for his tour this week at the White House and Oval Office. Oh, well, that's neat. Yes. College sports is in big trouble, Trump says, just like I said it would be. A judge with no knowledge or experience ruled, and rather than fighting, the sports reps folded. Can't do that. I don't know what that's in reference to exactly, but Somalians continue to prove Trump 100% right. Incredible. What are they doing to his Hollywood star?
Somalia, no
Oh, peeing on it.
government, no safety, no police, no nothing, just anarchy.
Wow. What's this? Homeless guy interview?
I know who you are.
And the chance to speak with Shane has been... Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry. I guess you're not homeless, Shane. Looked like it. It was a bit blurry there for a second. So Shane has been consistently covering the situation at ICE and documenting what many others won't. Shared some insight on how things have changed from when he first started reporting there to what he's seeing now.
I know who you are, but can you tell everyone else who you are?
Yeah, I'm Patriot Shane at Patriot_Shane_ on X.
Okay, can you tell me have you noticed a difference from a few months ago and today?
Yeah, when I first came down first night was October 4th, and there was tear gas, flashbang grenades, violence. It was just pure insanity, and lots more violence, arrests, and since then, every weekend I come back, it's getting calmer and quieter every time. ICE comes and goes as they please. Tonight, Antifa is outnumbered by 5 to 1, maybe even more than that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just it's been great seeing the change. There's no more Antifa encampment. For weeks, you couldn't even walk down the sidewalk. Now you can walk wherever you please. And
wow, it's all gone, huh?
Yeah, it's just gotten a lot better.
Do you feel like you deserve a paycheck after running Antifa out? Do you think that you should actually get paid from the Trump administration?
That would be awesome. I would not refuse a check from the Trump administration for helping clear this out, since our corrupt, treasonous, seditious government wouldn't allow police to do their job and do it for them.
Okay. Well, you're awesome. Tell everyone where to follow you again.
It's at Patriot.
I'm going to give him a follow. Photos show Abdul Dahir Ibrahim, a Somali illegal alien convicted in the Minnesota fraud scheme, posing alongside Ilhan Omar and Tim Walz.
All right, this news just breaking moments ago. Fox News has obtained photos of one of the Somali illegal immigrants wrapped up in the Minnesota fraud scandal, posing with several high-profile Minnesota Democrats, including Congresswoman Ilhan Omar and Governor Tim Walz. The man pictured is Abdul Dahir Ibrahim. He entered the country in 2000 and has had an order for removal since 2004. He also has a prior conviction in Canada for asylum and welfare fraud. ICE tells Fox News Ibrahim was granted temporary protected status for 10 years, but should have never been eligible.
There we go, man. Hobnobbing it with big name state Dems. I'm telling you, he's knee deep in this shit. Neck deep. Or like 82nd Airborne Division soldiers conducting weapon and patrol lanes for the expert soldier, infantrymen, and field medical badges at Fort Bragg.
All right, down, down.
Ready? Next candidate. 3, 2, 1, go.
Nice. Look at that reciprocating barrel. That's so cool.
3, 2, 1, go. Wait 10 seconds. 10 seconds to the left. All right, stand up.
Freaking Nate. Democrats' choice for the 2024 vice presidency. Tim Walz. Let's see. Minnesota assassin and Tim Walz appointee Vance Bolter wrote a letter to the FBI claiming that the military trained him in secret and that Tim Walz instructed him to take out Rep. Amy Klobuchar so that Tim, could take her Senate seat. The appointment letter signed by Tim Walz states, because of the special trust and confidence I have in your integrity, judgment, and ability, I have appointed you and commissioned you to have and to hold the office of business member, Governor's Workforce Development Board. So what does the Governor's Workforce Development Board do exactly? Let's find out. Have a look. What do they do? Primary purpose is to strengthen the skills of Minnesota's workforce and advise the governor on the state's overall workforce system. Oh boy. The board is composed of key leaders from sectors including business, education, labor, community-based organizations, and government. Collaborative forum for stakeholders to align on a shared vision and mission for workforce initiatives. I wonder if there was some kind of involvement in the state's fraud. Really kind of I really want to know like exactly what all they engage in. I got a follow-up question for Grok. Come back here. Do they make any recommendations regarding let's see. Analyzing search results. Very good. Come on now. Maybe we'll come back to this. It's taken a while.
Assassin who disguised himself as a cop to shoot down Democrat politicians and their spouses. He killed 2 and seriously injured 2 others. Today we're finding out he wrote a letter to the FBI claiming he was trained by the U.S. military, quote, off the books, and that Tim Walz asked him to kill Amy Klobuchar so he could take her Senate seat. Belter's facing state and federal murder charges.
Pretty weird. Democrat Maggie Goodlander, who was a senior member of the corrupt Biden DOJ, has no answer for why they failed to capture the pipe bomber.
And Congresswoman, before we run out of time, while it's top of mind, New York Times reporter Glenn Thrush was just on set talking to us about frustrations within the Justice Department with the Biden administration and with Merrick Garland about not bringing charges against the pipe bomb suspect sooner, despite having the same consistent body of evidence. You were an advisor to Merrick Garland. Was this part of your conversations at all? And do you have any insight into why charges were not brought under the past administration?
Well, I can't speak specifically to that particular case or the details of the investigation, but what I can tell you is that in my time, my years serving at the United States Department of Justice, what I saw were nonpartisan, patriotic public servants who believe in our Constitution, who believe in the rule of law, who believed in upholding it, who believed in protecting civil rights, and who believed in delivering a fair deal for the American people. And it is heartbreaking and deeply disturbing to see that department today. It is a shadow of its former self.
U.S. pressure campaign against Venezuela has led elements within the Cuban regime to reach out to the U.S. about what the region would look like without Maduro leading Venezuela. Yeah, what does that imply? What? Oh, this was creepy. Yeah, the robot dogs with the faces of tech leaders. Shitting out Polaroid pictures of people who attended the event. Yeah. Okay. West Virginia National Guard. Update on Guardsman Andrew Wolf.
Good morning, Jim and Leslie Seward with Mom, Melody Wolf. Andy is really making remarkable improvements thanks to your prayers and the amazing medical care that he's getting. We want to ask people to continue to pray for Andy, but also for the Beckstrom family as we continue to mourn with them. And Mom also wants you to pray for our troops. But we're optimistic and we're excited this morning. So Mom wanted to tell you about some interactions she had with Andy this morning.
So Andy is being very active, more alert. Sedation has come off. They're scaling back on his pain medication. So he's very active. He itched his forehead this morning. He itched it last night. This morning I went to boop his little nose. He looked at me, gave me the side eye, turned away from me. You know, he did turn his head to look at me again when I said his name. He is, he's coming along well, surpassing expectations. Just all the prayers that you've given, they're working, and we're seeing that miracle happen in that hospital bed right now. So thank you. We are forever grateful for your prayers and support.
We know the whole world is praying for Andy and for the Beckstrom family, and also our troops that are still out there on the streets of DC and really around the world.
Yes. Please be kind to them, love on them. They have volunteered for service. They're not being forced to do this. So just give them a smile, a nod, and I know that would make Andy and Sarah both very happy. To know that their brothers and sisters in uniform are being well respected, because again, they're protecting us, they're protecting our freedom. So we love you all, and we thank you from the bottoms of our heart for everything that you are doing for our family. Thank you.
Amen.
Amen.
Jim Walz gets late night visit from Trump and JD Vance. Oh no.
We just pulled up to Timmy's house. Just need to plug in the speakers and we're good to go. Unloading the instruments, setting up, getting ready to go, wake the whole neighborhood.
Oh my gosh.
Retarded, retard! Retarded, retard thunder! You are retarded! Are retarded! Are retarded! Break you down!
God. Getting weird out there. Bill Gates says African farmers will have AI advisors, along with better seeds and animal genetics, to become a significant net food exporter.
That I believe that if we innovate by empowering those farmers, giving them an AI that's giving them advice, giving them understanding about their soils and how to improve those soils, giving them new seeds, giving them new livestock, that the opportunity for that sector is to more than overcome those headwinds and turn this into the primary area of agriculture, of economic growth, and make Africa not only self-sufficient to help solve some of the malnutrition problems, but also a significant net food exporter. And we start where an average farm in Africa is per hectare has about 20% the output of a rich rural farm, and that shouldn't be the case. And this AI advisor that will understand weather and prices
Shouldn't be the case, but why is it?
And diseases, about 20% the output per hectare has about 20% the output of a rich rural farm, and
of a what farm?
Hectare has about 20% the output of a rich rural farm.
A ritual farm? No idea.
And that shouldn't be the case. And this AI advisor that will understand weather and prices and seed varieties and diseases will be one of the key elements, along with much better seeds and animal genetics, to achieve a great vision, and that'll be continue to be the biggest part of the African economy for the next 20 years.
Okay, thank you so much for that. But on AI, artificial intelligence, Mr. Gates, there's a lot of talk about it.
Yeah, what? I have no idea. Ritual farm? That's what I heard. Doesn't make any dang sense, though. Canadian Ministry of Foreign Affairs has announced that, in line with recent moves by the United States, the government of Canada has removed Syria from Canada's list of foreign state supporters of terrorism under the State Immunity Act, as well as removed Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, HTS, from the list of terrorist entities under the Canadian Criminal Code. Oh. All right. See what else we can find in our last 10 minutes here on the pipe bomb stuff. Have anything fresh in the last hour? Anything? Anything fresh? No. Well, let's try Brian Cole. Tower. just try today.
This morning, the U.S. Attorney for the nation's capital, Jeanine Pirro, confirming NBC News reporting that the man charged with planting pipe bombs around D.C. on the evening before January 6th believed
Did Pirro doing a little presser or something?
conspiracy theories about the 2020 election.
Well, he was disappointed in various aspects of the election, but this guy was an equal opportunity bomber. He was disappointed to a great deal in the system, both sides of the system.
30-year-old Brian Cole confessed, according to 3 people familiar with the matter, to leaving 2 explosives outside of Republican and Democratic Party headquarters, hours before Mr. Trump's supporters stormed the Capitol 5 years ago. And now he's in custody. In a courtroom on Friday, Cole, wearing a prison jumpsuit, pledged to answer all questions honestly. A person familiar with the matter told NBC News that Cole is cooperating with law enforcement after they surrounded his family home on a quiet Virginia street this week. According to the criminal complaint, Cole purchased multiple items consistent with the components that were used to manufacture the pipe bombs, gathered over a period of years, including white kitchen-style timers, galvanized pipe, end caps, and 9-volt battery connectors. Investigators traced Cole's purchases among tens of thousands of items sold over that time period. Records show Cole's phone pinged several times at key locations, matching the path of the bomber, captured on video from 7:39 to 8:24 p.m. FBI Director Kash Patel saying they brought in fresh eyes to re-examine the case.
Deputy Director Bongino led the charge and said, we are going to look at every single piece of evidence again.
Now, Laura, those bombs planted by Cole did not detonate, and authorities did not provide a motive. He will remain behind bars until a detention hearing on December 15th.
Hey,
I want to find that Pirro bit with ABC today. Well, maybe on this one.
Thomas, stick with us here because you have.
Yeah, with her here. Oh. I don't see it. Try an X here. We'll see if we can find her. There we go. ABC World News.
Peter Thomas, stick with us here because you have new reporting as well tonight after that major break you reported on last night here, the pipe bomb case that, of course, rattled Washington, D.C. 5 years ago, that major arrest. And now you've learned tonight a possible motive and how they got him.
That's right, David. We had an exclusive interview with the U.S. Attorney for D.C. today. She told me the FBI found evidence of the suspect's cell phone pinging at all the locations those bombs were planted. And she says the suspect has been talking, acknowledging his frustration about the 2020 election.
Well, he was disappointed in various aspects of the election, but this
like what?
This guy was an equal opportunity bomber.
Various aspects, like wonder what.
He put a bomb outside the Republican National Committee and the Democrat National Committee. He was disappointed to a great deal in the system, both sides of the system.
David, the U.S. Attorney says she's confident she has her man.
Period.
I wish they had to have gotten more than that out of her. I mean, dude. All we get for now, though. All right. Oh, Jasmine Crockett says, why people should not use the word oppressed.
is because you can then misuse words like oppression. There has been no oppression for the white man in this country. You tell me which white men were dragged out of their homes.
Seriously?
You tell me which one of them got dragged all the way across an ocean and told that you were going to go and work. We're
Which ocean were you dragged across again, ma'am?
going to steal your wives. We're
Who sold you again?
going to rape your wives. That didn't happen. That is
Who raped your wife again?
oppression. We didn't ask to be here. We not the same migrants.
So you want to go back? That could be arranged. I'm sure it could.
That y'all constantly come up against. We didn't run away from home. We were stolen.
By your own people, broadly speaking.
So yeah, we are going to sit here and be offended when you want to sit here and act like and don't let it escape you that it is white men on this side of the aisle telling us, people of color on this side of the aisle, that y'all are the ones being oppressed, that y'all are the ones that are being harmed. It's because you can then misuse words like oppression. There has been no oppression.
Ow. I don't know where they found her, but yeah. All right. Well, I suppose that is it. Me. And hand it off to Miss Sunny. How you
Did
doing?
chat tell you? Did chat tell you we watched your videos?
Oh, cool.
We watched
Good.
you eat soup.
Yay. Yeah, fun. Good.
Well, you actually probably have good Asian food over there.
Oh, very
like
good. Yeah, the best.
Southern Minnesota is
The
gross.
best. Yeah. Better than anywhere.
Oh, yeah, it was fun. Chat wanted to do it, so I'm like, okay, we'll just watch both videos.
Oh, cool. That's fun.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go get some lunch here and let you get to it.
All right. Thanks, Pam.
Yeah, thank you. You have a good show.
All right. Thank you.
See ya.
Hey, everybody.
All right. YouTube. Here we go. That does it for me. How many we got? Oh, we still got like 70 people hanging out. Cute. And only, what is the deal with that? Tanuki Cutie is highlighting 75 likes and 77 watching. It should be like, a like should be higher than that, right? People getting lazy. It just takes like a single click with your index finger, like, you know? Yeah. Anyway, I will we'll be back Monday morning. I'm gonna be gone in DC working tomorrow. Nothing exciting this time as far as I'm aware. We'll see. You never know. Never know what kind of event you're gonna be setting up. But I will we'll be back Monday morning bright and early for the new week, hopefully with fresh news on the pipe bomb story, all kinds of other business. I'll definitely be going to that next pipe bomber hearing on the 15th, no doubt. I work on 10th, and then I got an event on the 14th that I got to attend, but I think I'm totally clear on the 15th. So I will be attending the next hearing for sure. Early this time. All right. See you guys on Monday.